for this, yeah. Okay, so yeah, so as we said, I mean, we'll be recording this too. Um, okay, so today is the last design pattern from the classical design pattern, as they say, yeah. So we are halfway through of this book, and thanks definitely to this book, we've been reading, Kotlin, by Alexei. Yeah, it's been a wonderful ride so far with this book. Yeah,
Okay.
because I watched this video. This was the video I was watching, you know. So this is a JetBrain guy. Yeah.
Okay.
This is very elegant because it
so,
allows
sorry.
people to.
You can still hear me, right?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, hold on.
Behavior.
Yeah, so this.
That
Yeah, this was a video I was watching. This is one of the. This is really a good channel, Jason. Kotlin by
Okay.
JetBrain, YouTube
Yeah.
channel, right? So I've subscribed to that, and I watched this guy's videos. He's really good. He has even a video on map and flat map and all that, on the collections, Kotlin collections, yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, I was watching this guy's video. He's what's his name? Sebastian, I think. Yeah, and then this came along, design pattern in Kotlin, right?
Oh, cool.
And the author of the book is this guy, Alexei. So he was interviewing him, and they were giving both a session on that day. And they were showing one of the design patterns, I think strategy or something, which we have looked at too. And that really got me. That really made me to like this, and to go and even buy the book and start reading and all that. So thanks to these guys, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then this is the book. Where is it? Yeah, this is the book. Amazon. So yeah, accept cookies. Yeah, this is the book. The Alexei Sorshin. And he's working at Depop at the moment. Yeah.
He's what?
He's working at Depop. I was there too before. And he was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
So you both work together at the same company?
Yeah, kind of. But he
okay.
was in a different place, and I was in a different place. Yeah. But yeah, he's at Depop at the moment, and I was there too. Yeah, and it's a small world, right? I didn't know. He is recommended by JetBrains to, the in that video they were saying they were recommending this book for design patterns and such. Kotlin, when it comes to Kotlin. So yeah, so this book is talking about. As we have seen, all the design patterns, all the classical design patterns out there, but looking, he was showing examples of how to write this in Kotlin, rather than every example we have seen so far for the classical design patterns in Java. So this was really a good ride, seeing all the Kotlin features we can apply, because we will not miss a Kotlin feature which is available in the language, if we go through all the design patterns. The design patterns are the building blocks of, applying code, right? So yeah. So this has been a good introduction. I would even say, for the Kotlin language.
Yeah, right. Definitely.
Yeah, definitely. Cool. Now let's do our stuff then. So our last design pattern today is in the design classical world. All the Java people have come up with so far is the last one I'm talking about, right? And then the book is now halfway through. The rest of the book is talking about functional programming. The immediate next chapter is about coroutines and the functional concepts around it. So reactiveness. So which is the modern design patterns we are dealing with these days. But when I say classical patterns, that's when in the olden days, when we were using Java and all that. When the reactive programming wasn't that popular, during that time. So now the half the book is more about the functional programming and the reactive programming and stuff like that. So which is also good for us. So that again, we can keep it as a second part. Cool. So today's the last one in the first part, or the classical pattern, is called observer. which is the bridge even to go to the second part, because this is going to open us to be in the reactive world. Yeah. I remember we talked about this to observer, because
yeah, it rings some bells.
Yes. So yeah, so that's why this is also a good introduction, to go into that world, the reactive world, because of so the observer is the thing, But anyway, so what is an observer? Right. So remember, like in coroutines, we are writing in Android these days. When you use coroutines, we can use a coroutine flow. Yeah. Yeah. The flow itself is an observable, right? Or a publisher, right? It publishes stuff, to all its subscribers. So if you want to, picture it, we can picture it like this.
Yeah, so, sure. Diagrams are great.
Yeah, definitely. So there could be a publisher, right? Or an observable, right? So let's call this publisher all the time then, because there are words, or observables. Even in RS Java, these things are called observables, right? So there will be some object which will be there, and then they will be doing something. They will be publishing events. Yeah, that's why they're called a publisher, right? They will be publishing events, right? They will be saying something has happened. There's a news for you, or there is a notification for you, or something like that, right? So they are publishing events, right? So they are always publishing events, right? This is the event 2, and so on, right? So these are this observable, or the publisher is publishing events. So there should be some party. There will be some guys, some other components should be out there to listen for these events. Yeah, they are called subscribers, right? So they can be different subscribers. Sorry about my writing, but these are subscribers, right? That's why I'm putting S1, S2, S3. So the moment they subscribe to this guy, the publisher, they need to talk with a subscription, and with a subscription. It's a subscription model, right? Subscribe and subscribe model. So they can subscribe or unsubscribe. So they can subscribe to this thing, and they can unsubscribe from this thing to the subscribers I'm talking about. But the moment they subscribe to this thing, the publisher, they will start receiving the events he has been sending. Yeah. But the moment they unsubscribe, they will not receive anything from that publisher anymore. This is the pattern. This is the model. This is what is the building block of, the reactive programming, right? So we will have to subscribe to something which is sending events to receive the events. Simple as that. The moment we unsubscribe, we will not receive any events from the publisher, because we are simply saying, I'm not interested on any of the events anymore from you, so I'm off. I'm subscribing from you. That's it. Yeah. Clear?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Right? Yes. So this is the pattern. Yeah. Sorry.
No, I was just going to just repeat the model again. It's subscriber model. Did you say?
Yeah. Yes. So this pattern is called observer, because observers are the subscribers, because who is observing for the events. So these guys can be called observers too. Yeah. But this is observable, which is sending events. This is an observer who is observing for events. So this is observer, VEER, right? The other side is the observable. So we subscribe to an observable or publisher. So let's keep, so the observer, observable, they're kind of the same name, right? So we might get confused by which is what, because they all start with ob. So let's say
I understand it from the perspective of the observers, the ones with the eyes looking on the observer.
Correct. Yeah.
Is that right? Observable.
Yes. Observable. Yeah. Subscribing. Observable. Yeah. So let's say these are public. This is the publisher. These are the subscribers.
Yeah, publisher. Yeah,
publisher, subscriber. The design pattern itself is called observer anyway. But these are the observers. This side. Yeah. This side is the observable or publisher.
Right. Yeah. You understand now.
Yeah. So subscriber needs to subscribe to a publisher. Yeah. And they can unsubscribe from the publisher too. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. Right. Let's put this up then. So if we have some sort of components like this, and I mean some subscribers registering or subscribing to a publisher, then we're following an observer pattern, right? And this is how the our reactive frameworks, I mean like our Java or coroutine flows work, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cool, because they are also using the same pattern in their code. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So
It rings bells from a view model to the fragment type of perspective. That's what I've got in my brain at the moment.
view model to, sorry, say it again, please.
No, I'm saying it just rings bells from the view model and the fragment, that relationship between observers and
Yes, correct. You're right. Because this side is our view model, which has the
okay.
state flow, right? To
Right.
read states, which the UI should be updating with. So this
Yeah.
side is the fragment you're talking about. So the
Yeah.
needs to subscribe to that view model's state flow.
Right, that's it.
When it comes to flow, we can say they can collect the flow, which is which is what the subscription is about, Yeah, and that's it. The moment they start collecting, that means the moment they are subscribing to that flow, they will start receiving the UI updates.
Right.
View model. Yeah, exactly the same thing. Cool. Right. So in order to see an example, right, let's put the subscribers and let's create some subscribers. Yeah. So we can have a subscriber. Let's call it 1 because we would need a bit more. Oi. And then let's say this wanna receive events, right? So his receive function would be like this. So anytime when he receives the message, we can print it. Received from sure. So this can receive a message, yeah? So this is let's call this sub 1. Receive message from subscriber is the message. Cool. So we've created a subscriber and he has a receive function because he needs to receive the messages the subscriber would be sending him by calling this, right? Because he will get all the subscribers and the publisher will call these functions, to send stuff back. So let's create more other ones. So this would be the subscriber 2, 2, 3, 3, yeah? So we have 3 subscribers and they have their own receiving methods to receive stuff from the publisher, because the publisher is going to be sending some event or some message in this case, because we're going to give him a message, right? So let's create the publisher. Publisher. So this publisher can let these subscribers to subscribe onto him, because he would need a subscription model, right? So he would have the subscribe function, which these guys can be able to call on him, right, to subscribe. So how can, and yeah, and of course unsubscribe too. Unsubscribe. So yeah, so unsubscribe. So they will be able to subscribe and unsubscribe from the publisher, right? So these guys can call one of these functions to say, okay, I'm interested or I'm not interested anymore from your messages. Yeah. Simple as that. Right. So how can we keep a subscription and subscription model? We can simply have a map, a map here to put the subscribers who are interested in receiving the events. That's how we can keep hold of, who are the subscribers to send events from the publisher's point of view, right?
Yeah.
So let's say we hold a map which is all the subscribers, right? The list of subscribers who are interested would be mutable map of. Right, cool. So let's come to the type. So the subscribe method should take the subscribers, and whenever there is a message available, they can call this function on each of them to say, okay, now I'm telling you to receive the message, so you receive the message. Yeah. Right. So because we are in Kotlin, we don't need the whole, class to be passed here to store them as which objects and all that. We can just receive their functions and call them straight away, call them immediately. So how do we do that? So we can say, okay, if you want to subscribe, if anyone wants to subscribe on the publisher, we can say, what is your function to receive? Just tell me or give me that function so I can call you using that, So we can say subscribe with the receiver function, which can be with the message string. String. So, yeah, you with me, right? So RECEIV, yeah. So we can say, if you want to subscribe, tell me how and who you are as a receiver, but we're going to tell the receivers to give us the function you want to receive it, so we can just take that function here, right?
Okay,
yeah, and that's what we're going to store it into the model too, because we have these functions, so we don't need to worry about their classes itself. We just
that's the power of the lambdas.
Exactly. That's because of the Kotlin. So let's say the map is also going to store those functions with as the key and the value. So so these are the lambdas. Yes, you're right. So these are the lambdas. We're going to store those lambdas, these functions to be sending back the event. So okay, so what we have to do then is, because we have the subscribers.
Can you just explain that subscribers variable again, please?
This one.
Yeah.
Let's call this receivers, because it is actually the receivers. CEIVERS. Yeah. So so the receivers, that's when we're going to keep hold of all the subscripts, all the receivers who have come and said we are subscribing for you, right, for the events. So when we get a receiver that is a function, we're going to put it into this. Yeah. So we're going to store the lambda into a map. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is a map. So the map works with a key and a value, no? Map works with a key and a value. Key value.
Yeah. So it's storing two functions.
Yes. No, not two functions. This is the type of the key.
Oh,
the type of the value.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
What happened to no, it should finish it. No, sorry. No, sorry. Yeah. This is the value type. This is the key type, because we are in the the diamond brackets, to say what type of this map is. Yeah. This mutable map is going to store a key and a value map, and the keys being the function and the values being the function.
Right.
And what we're going to do is, because we don't, the unique key is going to be the function itself. Normally we give a unique ID or something for the key, and the value is stored as what the value is. But here in this case, when we're storing the functions, we're going to tell the function is going to be the key as well as the value too.
Okay.
It's unique enough, because of every received function will be different. Yeah, because of they are different subscribers. We're going to store the functions of different subscribers. So they are unique enough to be different. right? So
yeah.
here, so we can now just simply put those functions into this map. Yeah, so we store it. This is the key, which is the value as well. So we just, yeah, so this can be private. Cool. Okay. And how do I unsubscribe? So we can, if whoever says I want to unsubscribe, and that's my function, we can remove it from it, no? Receivers dot remove the key, which is the receiver. Yeah. And yeah. And he himself as a publisher, he should send some events to this, right? So how can he do that? So he can say, I'm going to publish something for everyone. So how can he publish something for everyone? So he can go in a for loop to look for all the publishers, right? All the receivers in receivers. Yeah, iterate. Yeah, to iterate the map, we need to get all the values. We need to call values here. Remember? This is a map. Yeah, this is how we can loop.
Oh, iterate over the values of
values.
the
over the values.
map. Right.
Yes,
yeah.
Right. And now we say, and each of them, so this R receiver in the receivers, yeah. So this R is the one value in the map. What is that exactly?
Can you just tell us about the receivers dot values?
Yeah.
Where did it get that values keyword from?
Yeah. So see.
Oh, okay.
Values in this map. So yeah, because we stored values as functions here in the map with their keys, corresponding keys, which are being the same. Yeah, these
right.
They are the same, the same functions, right? So we are getting all the values out of this, which are all the functions we stored through when the subscribe is called.
So that values could be substituted for key if you wanted the keys. The word values could be substituted for keys if you wanted to iterate over the keys.
Over the keys too. But we just want the values, right? So because
I understand.
Yeah, or we can get the keys too because they are the same, but normally we iterate through the values, isn't it?
Values, okay.
Yeah, of the map, so because we're interested of the actual value, right? So we when we iterate over the values, each value represents what? An object, right? What is that object? Is it a string or a function or what in this case?
It's a function.
Exactly. So we can run the function, no? With the message, of course, because of what is the function signature? It needs to take a string. So now here is the place he can publish something into every function he calls. So we can send a string saying this is the message from the publisher. Yeah.
This is a message
from the publisher. This is the message from the publisher. So this is the string we're sending to each of those subscribers receive function, because they will be receiving this. This is the invocation of that function, this function here, because that's the function we stored into this map. And now we are looping through that map and we are telling to run the function with the message we put in. Yeah. This is the function we are invoking here, because we stored these functions into this map, and now we are invoking that function to say each of those subscribers receive function with the message we are putting it into this. So each subscribers, each subscriber is going to receive this message, right? Yeah, so let's have a look. I mean, how would that look? Sorry, in the main. So let's create the subscribers. So we are actually now running the whole thing. You know what I mean? So yeah, sub one, subscriber one. Let's create 3 of those. Yeah. And then it's the 3rd one. And now let's go, let's create the publisher. And when we have the publisher, we can subscribe to it. Right. No. We can subscribe to it, but with, so if you want to call the subscriber on the publisher, we need to send him a lambda too, right? Yeah. So the lambda,
sorry, so what was that? Call if you wanted to call the subscriber on the publisher.
Sorry, on subscribe function on the publisher. This subscribe function takes lambda, right? Yeah. So we need to pass the lambda, and the lambdas are the one we want to be sending as these functions, no?
Right.
Yeah. So we can call those functions from the object reference. So we have the subscriber one here. So we have the subscriber one here. So we can say we want to pass the subscriber one's method reference receive. Yeah, this is the method call, which is this. So instead of we want to send a function, right? Normally we would have been creating the anonymous functions here, and it's telling this is the function I'm sending it to you as a parameter. But here we can also do a method reference because this is also a function. This is another way of sending a function as a parameter into the function publisher's function. Yeah. So so this is the method reference. Yeah.
Okay.
So we want to so it's the same as the subscription one. We want to subscribe for the other ones too. So now this all the subscriptions are subscribing onto the publisher with their own receive functions. These functions. Yeah. So that's what then comes here, and we store them as all the subscribers functions, so that we can send the message on each of them, right? So we have subscribed for receiving events onto the publisher by calling the subscribe function, and now let's say the publisher needs to publish the thing. So the moment we call this, we should be able to see all these functions receiving the message we send through this and print their own messages. Yeah. And let's see. It's running. And this is it. This is the observer pattern though. Yeah. There's it. Subscription one, receive message from publisher. This is the message from publisher. They're all receiving the same messages. Yeah. The publisher, the publisher publishing once, but sending the same message to all subscribers functions. Yeah, these. And that's why they are all getting invoked. And we're seeing them here. So this is the model. So according to the diagram we drew, this is our publisher publishing the messages to the subscribers, and they're all receiving the same message. We are sending it from this side onto this side. Right. Okay. So let's see the unsubscription. So we also have an unsubscribe method. So if we unsubscribe from the publisher, he should not receive any messages anymore. So let's say we unsubscribe the we unsubscribe the subscriber 3. Yeah. sub3, sorry, unsubscribe, and let's say the sub3's receive function. Yeah, so now we're telling remove unsubscribe means what? We remove that function from our map. So when we say publish, it's not going to loop through that function, right? Because we have simply removed it here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how many messages we should be seeing now?
2.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. You got it. Yeah, there you go. Only the subscription 1 and subscription 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. This is how we can yeah, so because we started with subscribing for the message, but we said, before the thing gets published, we unsubscribe from it. The subscriber 3 unsubscribe from it, so he's not going to receive anything anymore. Done. So we have just created observable pattern, which is to give which is to have the subscribe unsubscribe model with the publisher and subscribers, done. This is the observable pattern, and which is the last one,
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Simple, isn't it? Simple and a nice one. Cool.
And you said this is the bridge, yeah?
Yeah, this is the thing which is going to open the world to be reactive. See, now we can be in the reactive world because we will have something which is going to send us events the moment we subscribe to it, because of all of our applications, Android applications, work in a reactive way, right? So we can be reactive now, so we can have publishers all around the application, and we can subscribe to the things we are interested, like view models in this case, as you said. The fragments will be listening for those updates coming through, and no surprises, no bugs, or no crashes there and here, because we know with this model we can simply update the view part, because these are our views now. We can simply update the views for the right reasons. So we will construct the code in a way we have the publishers, so that the view models in place to update certain part of the UI. So our code will look much cleaner, as well as how do I say it? It'll be looking like more building blocks, built in the right way. So we'll have blocks of things, view models in this case, and blocks of UIs corresponding to the UI updates. So things will be getting updated for the right reasons. This will update that, and we'll construct something like this. So all our applications will be reacting. All our buttons and the UI elements will be reacting for some UI states, and for each and every UI state, we'll push them into the view model, saying you are the one who is responsible to send these UI updates. And they will be tested with our unit tests too. So this side of sending data or creating the data and updating data with will be tested and clearly separated out. So we'll have a really nice reactive system in place. So and that encourages, that improves the cleaner code here too.
Right.
Keep small components of things should update states, because of our application, Android application in this case, is full of states, right? A button having a text is a state, and that button can be pressed, and a color of the button could change, or some other part of the UI should change, and all that. So all of that's not going to go through this side. All the state changes. It's pretty much like a state machine.
Right.
So, but also this is very similar to the mediator pattern we had a look before, right? If you want to, just to refresh, we'll have to go and check what the mediator did. Mediator, we had something in the middle which was orchestrating, the both sides. But here, the only difference is, the subscribers can unsubscribe from the publisher, so they can switch them off for receiving events. With a mediator, it wasn't the case. The mediator was always updating things. The moment there are people around it. But here the only difference is, they can. It works in a subscription on subscription model. That's about it. Cool, bro. So yeah, thanks for being on this wonderful ride to go through the whole design patterns as we have studied and looked up. This will definitely help us, I mean, with any sort of code we write, all these design
Yeah,
patterns we've looked at, and this has been the big chapter too, the behavioral. So there are many, but the other ones are also quite a lot. But this has been quite a few, more than the other two, creational and
yeah.
structural. Yeah. So there we have it.
Did you is it possible to do a little write up at the top of the class?
Oh yes, yeah, definitely. Oh, less than a minute, but yeah, if we finish, we'll finish. Yeah. So this is the um, so this is yeah, so this is the observer pattern. The observer pattern talks about they will be a publisher sending, no, publishing. So if you finish here, then this is the pattern, right? But we will commit the code with the comment we
Yeah,
added here. Yeah. So
yeah, cool.
publishing.